Good day to all my students. Here we meet again for us to discuss regarding the chapter carbon compounds, and we will be going to do part 5 of this chapter. The main discussion of this part 5 will be on chemical properties of alkene. In part 4 video, teacher discussed regarding physical properties of alkene. And in this part, teacher will be discussing on chemical properties mainly on alkene. And this video is going to be quite dense with concept. A lot of concept for you all, for students to remember. So I hope students can repeat this video as many times as you like to understand the concepts and try to remember the chemical properties of alkene. The main reason why I am telling this is because alkene is more reactive compared to alkane. Okay, alkene is more reactive compared to alkane. So, definitely this shows that alkene goes through a lot of chemical reactions compared to alkane. If you remember correctly, you will see in part 3 of the video, teacher discussed only 2 chemical properties of alkane, which was combustion and substitution reaction. But for alkene, this is going to be quite a dense video, long video, a lot of concepts to remember. So I hope students can repeat this video many times, watch this video many times for your further understanding. So let's start. So first thing I would like to highlight here is alkene again is more reactive compared to alkane. Why is this? Because alkene is unsaturated thanks to carbon-carbon double bond, and this is saturated. So we can say that alkene is technically unhappy with the presence of the double bond. So please remember that alkene will always try to go into saturated mode, meaning alkene will try to go through as much as chemical reactions it can to go into saturated mode. So that is the reason why, okay, so we can say that alkene is actually unhappy being in a double bond state, okay, double covalent compound between carbon-carbon atoms. So it will try to become saturated compound. So that is the reason why you will find that chemical properties of alkane a lot compared to chemical properties of alkene is a lot compared to chemical properties of alkane. Now let's start. So first is combustion. So as what I told you, combustion is actually when a fuel which is alkene in this is burnt with oxygen. Okay, so let's take a smaller molecule C2H4. This is ethene burnt with oxygen, and here we are going to discuss about complete combustion. Thus, it will be carbon dioxide and water. So, if you watched my video in part 3, okay, in part 3, you will find that I have taught you how to balance the equation for a combustion reaction. So first, you take your carbon C2, so you balance it. Then you take H4, okay, so you balance it with 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Now you add up amount of oxygen from the product. Why? Because the moment you have balanced the product, the balancing of the oxygen will be disturbed at the product. So you use this to balance your oxygen. So 2 times 2, 4 plus 2 times 1, 2. So equivalent to 6. So you bring it here to become 3. So this is how you do your combustion for alkene. Now let's go to a bigger molecule. So one thing I would like to highlight here is smaller molecules are easier to burn compared to bigger molecules of alkene. Okay, because of the force of attraction. So bigger molecules, they take longer time to burn. So compounds like ethene, propene, easier to burn, smaller molecules. Alright. Okay, now so let's go to bigger molecules. I show you example of bigger molecules. C7, this is heptene, C7H14. You add with oxygen. When say I add with oxygen, means combustion. Okay, so carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, so I hope by now you should know already. 7C, so no need to worry, just add 7. 14, again here will be 7 here, so you get 14 plus, as for oxygen, 14 plus 7, so you get 19. So you will get 19 over 2, the fraction. Why? Because when you, 21 over 2. Okay, 21 over 2. So you get a fraction here. So once you get a fraction, you can present your answer like this. So this is how combustion for alkene is done. Now let's go to polymerization. Okay, again I would like to highlight to you the main reason for alkene to go through polymerization is because it is trying to get rid of the double bond and it wants to be in the saturated mode. So polymerization is a process where smaller molecules called monomer combine together to produce larger molecule chain. Okay, teacher repeat. Polymerization is a process where a small unit repeating units called monomer combine together to produce a larger molecule called polymer. You can use this, okay, for instance, pearls. Okay, just say I have around 10 pearls. Okay, this is monomer. Okay, and now they are not combined together. Just imagine, these are pearls and these are called, imagine these are monomers and they are not combined now. Now I attach them using a string and make them into a necklace. So can you see that the moment the pearls combine and make it into a necklace, that is what we call the necklace is technically the polymer. So the monomers are the pearls, which are the small units, repeating units. Monomers are the pearls. So what happens is the monomers are combined, okay, to become a larger chain. Technically, that is the necklace. So that is the concept behind polymer. The process of combining monomer to make polymers are called polymerization. Right? So now, so let's go to how polymerization helps for an alkene molecule to get rid of its double bond. Okay, one example is ethene. Okay, C H H. Okay, so now, so this is ethene, and when it goes through polymerization, this is what happens. So when you're watching my video, I hope you can refer to any of the reference book you have in your hand. Okay, so you have in your hand to show for your further understanding when I'm showing you this example. Okay, now so let's look at this example. Ethene has double bond N. Okay, so the integer N is actually represents an integer, maybe 2, maybe 20, maybe 200, 2 million, 20,000, we don't know. Okay, so now, so the monomer is ethene, and now I assume that I'm combining all these ethene molecule. This is one ethene, one ethene, one ethene, one ethene. Now I'm combining all of them to become a polymer. N again represents maybe 20, 200, 20,000, 2 million, we don't know. Okay, so can you see, but the obvious thing that you can see here is, can you see that the double bond has gone missing? So that is the main reason why alkene goes through polymerization. And the name of this molecule is polythene. Okay, poly means many, comes from the word ethene, which is the original molecule it came from. Okay, now I hope you can refer to more examples. Your textbooks and your reference books will give you more examples. Since teacher I don't want the video to go too long, so I'm just constricting my example to one example, so students can have a look at many other examples as a reference. Now let's go to addition reaction. So please remember chemical properties of alkene: A, combustion; B, polymerization; C, addition reaction. Now I would like you to understand the meaning of addition reaction. This shows that we are indeed going to add some kind of molecules into alkene. That is the first thing I want students to remember. Okay, now addition reaction is where, if you roughly look at what teacher have written here, hydrogenation, can you see the teacher have written add hydrogen, halogenation, add halogen, water, which is what we call we add water in a process called hydration, where technically we add water, we add hydrogen halide, and we add oxygen atoms inside a molecule of alkene. Again, I would like to highlight that the main reason alkene goes through all these processes, chemical processes, reactions, because it wants to get rid of the double bond. It is not happy with the presence of the double bond. So it loves to be in saturated form. That is the reason why it is trying to get rid of the double bond. Okay, now let's go to one by one, and here I will prove to you how the double bond goes missing the moment alkene goes through a addition reaction. Okay, now for instance, we take the smaller molecule. Since teacher don't have a lot of space in this, I take a smaller molecule which is ethene. Okay. Okay, so you add hydrogen, you get teacher apologize because you don't have much space here. Okay, so or maybe I write like this so that you will see the difference. Now students, please look at the hydrogen that has been added. 2 atoms of hydrogen has been added into this alkene molecule, namely ethene. So what do you see first? First, you can see that molecules has been added. That is the purpose of this reaction. Secondly, you can see that the double bond has gone missing. So we can say that this compound is very much happier. Okay, so think like that. This compound is very much happier compared to ethene. And the name of the substance will change from ethene to ethane. Okay, so please look at here. Alkene, unsaturated, unhappy. Saturated, it is very much happier. So that is the reason why it is going through addition process. And I hope you can refer to the book, the conditions for hydrogenation, where you add hydrogen atoms. Okay, temperature 180 degrees Celsius and you use platinum. Okay, nickel or platinum. Nickel or platinum as the catalyst for this reaction. In fact, this reaction is used to convert any type of unsaturated alkene into alkane. For instance, you want to convert hexene into hexane. You can use hydrogenation. If you want to convert heptene into heptane, use hydrogenation. Now let's go to second addition reaction, which is halogenation. Okay, so which is halogenation? Again, teacher use ethene. Okay, so halogenation here you are only allowed to use bromine or chlorine. Okay, so just say, teacher say add chlorine, you will find okay, here will be chlorine, here will be chlorine. Okay, again, two things that obvious here is double bond when missing and atoms, two atoms of chlorine has been added. So the name of this substance is ethene. Ethene changed into dichloroethene. Okay, changed into dichloroethene. So that is the reason why, dichloroethane. Okay, dichloroethane. Now this has changed into saturated compound. Okay, I apologize. Saturated compound. So the name of this compound will be dichloroethane. Okay, so you can even add 1,2-dichloroethane. Doesn't matter, but since it's ethene, you know where the the atoms attach. Alright, okay, now let's go to hydration. Teacher actually missed out. The process is hydration where you add water. Okay, so dehydrated meaning you don't have enough water. When you say I'm dehydrated, I'm thirsty, this shows that you don't have enough water. So hydration means you are indeed adding water. Now again, example ethene. Okay, so you add water. Okay, temperature in a very high temperature, 300 degrees Celsius, using phosphoric acid. Okay, so using catalyst phosphoric acid, temperature 300 degrees Celsius, you will find this happening. Okay, so this happens. Why? Because water consists of hydroxide ion and hydrogen ion. So what happens is here it will behave like a molecule, hydrogen and hydroxyl. So the name of this molecule is ethene. Okay, ethene changing into ethanol. So this is one way to produce ethanol other than fermentation of yeast. Okay, fermentation of yeast towards sugar. Okay, so this is one way to produce ethanol, but unfortunately this can't be attained in laboratory because the temperature that we are dealing with is too high. Okay, now let's go to hydrogen halide. Hydrogen halide, again you add hydrogen bromide or hydrogen chloride only. Okay, again it should give you ethene as example. So by the time I finish the addition reaction, you can roughly know. Okay, so students can roughly know how to add molecule, where to add the molecules. Okay, here teacher use hydrogen bromide. You will get okay, so hydrogen bromide. So can you see the molecule has been added, and the name of this molecule is from ethene to bromoethane. Okay, so the name of it will be bromoethane. Why? Because you add bromine. If you add hydrogen chloride, it will be chloroethane. That will be the name of the substance. Now let's go to number 5. Okay, teacher apologize. The board is going to be very full and okay. Now last is oxidation. Meaning of oxidation is you add oxygen atom. Now students, please make sure you understand the difference between combustion. So that's the reason why teacher highlighting to students the fact that you must repeat this video few times. Please watch teacher's video few times to understand. Okay, because the chapters is very dense today. Okay, now combustion is where you add oxygen molecule. This is the meaning. Combustion, you add oxygen. Can you see how teacher I'm writing? Combustion, you add oxygen molecule. Now here, oxidation, teacher use potassium manganate 7, where it changes from purple to colorless the moment you add it with alkene. So what happens now? How are you going to differentiate? Can you see that I have written the word add oxygen atom? So you are adding technically oxygen atom. So let me give you one example. Again, alkene, ethene in this sense. I add oxygen atom in the presence of water. Okay, right here because no space. So here you will get, just say okay, let's write this down. Easier to know. Okay, so now what you can understand is 2 hydrogen atom, 2 oxygen atom. You assume these two are combining. 2 oxygen atom, 2 hydrogen atom. So what you will get is okay, so what are you going to get here is OH, OH. Now please make sure you know the difference between this molecule and this molecule. Here you only had one OH. Here you have 2 OH. So this is what we call by ethane. 1,2-diol. Here OL refers to alcohol, OH hydroxyl, which we will discuss further when we are doing alcohol subtopic. Okay, so OL because only one hydroxyl exists in this reaction. In this reaction, okay, in this reaction, you can see that 1,2-diol, 2OL existing. So that is the reason why the name is different. Again, teacher would like to highlight, add oxygen atom, burn with oxygen molecule. There's a huge difference. Okay, so you students, you tend to make a lot of mistakes here. Burn, combustion, you burn with oxygen molecule, O2. Add oxygen atom, technically oxidation. You add oxygen. This is how you show oxygen atoms are added. 2, 3, 4 does not matter. So if you want to add oxygen atom, you please write like this. Okay. Now before teacher end this video, I would like to highlight one more meaning you have learned about alkene and alkane. So after you have learned about the chemical properties of alkane and alkene, one thing I would like to highlight here is if you want to differentiate alkane with alkene, you can use two reagents, meaning alkene decolorizes bromine brown to colorless, and potassium manganate purple to colorless. Teacher repeat, since students know the chemical properties of alkane and alkene, you can use the chemical properties of alkane and alkene to differentiate between alkane and alkene. You can use bromine water. Since I have proved to you that alkene reacts with bromine, you will find that when you add bromine to both alkane and alkene, only alkene will show reaction, where you can find that alkene decolorizes brown bromine water to colorless. And since you know that potassium manganate 7 reacts with alkene, you will find that potassium manganate 7 will turn from purple to colorless when you add with alkene. But alkane won't show any reaction. So these are the two popular reagents that you can use in order to differentiate between alkane and alkene. So I hope students can understand teacher's part 5 video. I know this is long and very dense and it's confusing. Please watch my videos again until you can understand the concept. Till then, see you all in our next part 6 video. Take care. Thank you for watching.